Ever since No Regrets, the moral has always been the same. Don't mess with Levi. The last chapter left us with one hell of a cliffhanger. It told us that the downhill spiral of a character begins now. The chapter clarified that statement, but not the one you most likely expected. While that itself went differently, the action, however, was intense as expected. Nevertheless, this chapter as a whole was exciting, satisfying, frustrating for the right intention, and enthralling with its setup and potentially segue to a backstory. The war cry from Zeke may have converted the troops at the forest into titans, but those from afar can feel the uncomfortable tingle. It's a way to narrow down the victims that has drank the wine with Zeke's spinal fluid. Unfortunately, there are so many to count. Pixis is sadly among the victim list, as well as Nile, though it was expected. It's also a way to confirm Falco's fate, and sadly, he too is doomed to transform. No amount of rinsing will remove the fluid. Moral of the story, drink responsibly. While that's bad news to all, it at least signaled them that Zeke is on the move. Speaking of him, he reveals his most likely only plan to outpace Levi. When you think about it, what other tactic can you use against him? There's really no other option, and turning into Beast Titan will result to a defeat if you recall the last time. It becomes clear later on with his reactions, but we'll get to that later. The plan is to force Levi to go against his comrades, who are now his enemies as Titans. More importantly, is to bring Levi into emotional turmoil. That's pretty low, but you gotta do what you gotta do. It's actually amazing how far we are into the series, and now Isayama is playing the card of, can I kill my friend? This is not a jab at the writing, quite the opposite. It's been a while since Levi and others fought a Titan. Yes, they have exterminated them for a long time, but they didn't know who they were. When they learned they were people, it changed their view greatly. Levi has bonded with the recruits for a while, so when they become Titans, it hits him that he's fighting his former allies. It's equivalent to zombies. When they become one, how would you respond to it? The flashback gives you an immediate reason why Levi is struggling to fight them. The recruits wanted to drink the wine, but he thought it was nonsense during the mission. He eventually gave in and allowed them to drink. That was a mistake that could have been avoided, and that's rather heartbreaking. It also filled in why Levi didn't change as he resorted to drinking black tea. Stay classy. Still, it's sad how it could have been prevented. As you recall in the last chapter, it wasn't told to Levi that wine is the source for spinal fluid insertion. So he has to recollect the memory and draw his own theory, which is practically correct. Smart man. That said, he can't conclude whether Zeke lied about the process of transformation or not, since they did change immediately. It's good that he mentioned this because I was perplexed as well. Zeke's plan seems to be working as Levi is struggling to fight them due to emotional conflict. Obviously, he could easily kill them, but it's the connection that strikes him down. Like with zombies, that thing was once alive and your comrade. Can you really kill it off? Can you believe that thing was once someone you know? His expression is upsetting. Now he knows about the Titan, he can't fight with ease. Or so I thought. Zeke's farewell to Levi is interesting. First of all, it becomes apparent that this was his last resort. Levi was killing too much time and wasn't going to come to an agreement with him. Barely existed, if not never. His expressions and body language never come across as brilliant mastermind villain. He speaks more of another man that wants to achieve his goal by any means necessary. Hell, he didn't want to do it, but he was left with no choice. It's why he ran in a hurry, like a man believing he can outrun a cheetah. The next part is the reason why he has to abandon Levi. He knows the time of world war is upon them. But Paradise Island don't understand. They believe they have the power, the options, the time. But it's not as simple as it sounded. To him, that's their miscalculation. Lastly, the interesting bit that caught my attention was the mention of his true intention. It appears only him and Eren know and understand just like real siblings. It's something Levi and others won't get. That got me really curious. What is there that is hard to explain? Clearly, it changed Eren. Perhaps we will learn soon enough once Zeke meets with Eren. Or so I thought. From behind of Zeke, a Shinigami reemerged from his slumber. His name is Levi. That shot of him all bloody up got me goosebumps. Holy crap, that screams game over for Zeke. He knows it because he reacts like his deathbed is here. Sheer horrified. I was sheer hype. It turns into a gripping action. It's not because Levi is about to demolish the shit out of him. Well, actually, that's one of the reasons, but it's the intensity of these two at a tense emotional scale. Zeke is scared shitless, and Levi is pissed as hell. Levi easily killed an approaching Titan like nothing, which leaves Zeke no other choice but to fight. That look on his face before transforming says it all. Desperation at its best. I thought that was gruesome as hell when Beast Titan freaking ripped the head off of a Titan and squashes it to form bullets. My god, that's crazy. He shoots them like rocks, only, well, yeah. I wonder if the anime would slow it down and show those flesh. Ugh. That's nasty. Another desperate attempt from him is to guilt trip Levi for killing his precious comrades. He has come around to accept the fate and take it on someone. Levi killed them all based on experience. He has killed many before, so this is practically his second nature. If it wasn't for the earlier scene, this would have come off illustrating him as a cold-hearted bastard. In context, he has seen enough awfulness to be distracted. It's like zombies. Once you kill one, you will slowly grow accustomed to it. I know I referenced zombies many times here, but it is similar in many ways. Case in point, you can't say he kills them to end their misery. We know how Ymir felt like during her nightmare. Levi shoots those thunder spears right at the nape and blasts the hell out of Zeke. All it was missing was those weird sound effect words that Dragon Ball did. Regardless, it was so satisfying. That bastard ran off, so he asked for this. All of this. Levi dragged his decayed body, insinuating the true monster of the two. After that battle, it's easy to tell. He won't kill him, not yet at least. I would prefer death if dealing with him. The segment at Shigashina District is frustrating, but it is intentional. I thought it's neat to see the crater still exists from Berto's action. It looks like a good place for a swimming pool. Joking aside, the scene takes place with Instructor Shadis instructing the new cadets to prepare the Titans. It's like we went back in time when they pose a threat. Actually, that's the idea where some guy actually thought it's unnecessary. It's like seeing kids of today would think not going outside is a bliss, but removing their phone is a punishment of hell. They believe the Code of Jaeger faction, down with the people outside the walls. Some guys think Shadis is useless. Man, that guy can't catch a break, can he? I can't help but feel pretty bad for him. Look at his sad face in that one panel. He doesn't deserve this. Speaking of undeserving, he has special guests coming through, and poor timing because it so happened to be Jaeger faction with Haji as their prisoner. That's one image enough to motivate the cadets to join the cause. Now here comes the frustrating part. Floch is such a dislikable character. While I understood his point of view before this new uprising, he was designed to become the cancer of the corpse. Now he has become that, and you can tell the power has gotten through his head big time. He acts like he's in charge or someone who can say, I am Eren, my lord's second right-hand man. He is so high and mighty, he believes he's the true freedom fighter. Sure, he tries to shoot Shadis in the leg to make him talk faster, but it's alright. He's just an old man that passed his prime. What a dick. Sadly, it works to the cadets and everyone slowly steps forward. Why I get the feeling Izayama is influenced by today's America? Fine, Floch can recruit them. I get the new generation don't know any better of the past. But what irritated me the most is his demand for them to show their resolve, and the only way to do so is to beat up Shadis. Why? Apparently Shadis is the embodiment of all bad habits and they should weed them out. If they refuse, they will go to jail. Please, Izayama, kill him in the most satisfying way To give them a credit, they thought that's maddening since they hesitate to hurt him. The one who deserved the most credit is Shadis. He purposely provoked them to hit him so they can escape from jail. That's a man we need to keep the generation strong. Sad that he got pummeled badly. I seriously hope Isayama has a plan to axe Floch off hardcore. I really hope Haji gets a swing or so at him when the time comes. It's upsetting how much she has to witness the change for the worse. All of her hard work and sacrifices of her comrades are being wasted. Army and others are in jail while Eren looks outside. I seriously wonder how he's really feeling about everything. Perhaps the whole True Attention review will shed the light on his action. I really hope so. The last segment is interesting in many ways. For starters, Levi is traveling with Zeke on a cart to somewhere. My guess would be where Historia is at. It makes sense after he told the recruits the new plan, so he might as well follow up on it. It does beg the question, how would Eren know if Zeke is in danger? Should we expect Levi versus Eren? That would be insane. The next part is how Zeke is being held prisoner. His neck is tied to a wire that connects to the Thunder Spear. If he moved recklessly, it would detonate it and split him into two pieces. Good lord. That's one way to intimidate a Titan Shifter. Really shouldn't screw with Levi. Speaking of him, that old grudge doesn't die away easily because he still has a lot of anger to take on him. What's painful is his way to maintain Zeke as his prisoner by not only strap him, but cut his legs off. It's his way to make sure he doesn't Titan shift. More of the story, don't mess with Levi. Ever. I may have my joy from earlier with Zeke getting demolished, but I'll be lying if I say I have no pity. It's those expressions he makes when being tormented that made his suffering believable. It's not to say Levi is the villain, it's just humanity. I thought it was sad that despite his torment, he worries about his glasses, only to get a response, who the hell knows? Levi doesn't care one bit. Zeke cares like a precious treasure. The ending ends on a possible sign of Zeke's backstory being the next chapter's focus. Some would think, of course, why else show the flashback? But sometimes they only show it and wait for another time. With that said, I do believe this is the best time to review his backstory after selling out his parents. I believe that man from the flashback was there during the arrest. I wonder if he meant anything to Zeke. And where did his mission truly begin? This was a great chapter. While it's not on the same level as the last chapter when it comes to the emotional ride, it left me amazed with the character's reaction. The action was pretty solid with raw emotions of anger and fear. The art is really good with tense expressions that had me jarring and pitying. Floch continued to piss me off, but if the endgame is to have him slaughtered to death slowly, then it's all rewarding. The ending left me feeling mix of pity and curious. I do hope the next chapter is Zeke's backstory. I don't mind taking a break from the present time. This could be the beginning to his backstory, but also the beginning to his end. And that will do it for the review. I hope you enjoyed this one. It's pretty sad to know that he was once suggested, how about baseball player, you know? That'll be a great future for you, a normal human life. But instead, he's all about the mission. Just how much he was affected back in childhood. If there's anything I learned from Reiner's backstory, no one from childhood was really happy. What do you think of this chapter? What do you think is Zeke's true attention? What got Eren into working together with him? Share your thoughts in the comment section. If you like this and want more of this, subscribe to my channel and my world will be yours to stay. Until next time, take care.